Hiya, welcome back to my channel. The day after this video goes up, I am off to Amsterdam for 5 days. It was my birthday present to Luke because he really wanted to go to Amsterdam. So in the theme of holidays, I thought I would do a little video about my top holiday planning tips and sort of things to think about when you're going on holiday. I love travelling, and at the moment I've really got the travel bug and I just want to see everywhere in the world. So it's something that I really enjoy, going away, and one of the biggest parts of it for me is the planning of it, because I am like a list maker and I like being organised. So this may not be the type of video for everyone because it is a very planning and like to the T. So if you're more of a go with the flow person, then it may be not perfect for you, but I enjoy organising and listing and planning. So if you are that kind of person, then this might be the perfect video to give you a few ideas of things to plan before your next holiday or city break, or just a getaway really. First up, I want to talk about roughly planning like where you want to go. So once you've decided on the rough location, you then want to like hone in exactly where you want to go. So there's a couple of ways that I personally do this. So for California, we went to the Virgin estate agent. No, that's the wrong thing. The Virgin travel agent in I think it was like a House of Fraser store, but you go to any travel agents, and we said to her, we want to go to California. Here's a couple of the key places we want to go, and she built our route for us. So that was really helpful. So that is one route that we have used in the past, like going to a travel agent and seeing like where they recommend, because they obviously know the most about it, about the areas, so they can recommend like where's a good town to go to or where's good to stay, stuff like that. So we either do that, or we'll head onto the internet and go on like TripAdvisor and places like that to see, or even blogs and stuff like that to see the best destination. Like so say I pick a country like Greece, and then I say, oh right, I want to go to, where have we been? We went to Zante, and I didn't know where exactly to go in Zante. I didn't want to go to the party place, but we didn't know where to go. So we sort of like did some research of what other towns and stuff that you could go to. So we went to, I think it's Sillevi, I think that's how you say it. So yeah, so we just did a bit of research into like the different towns and what's suitable for what sort of thing that you want. So yeah, I either go to why do I keep saying estate agents? I go to the travel agents to see their recommendations, or I'll go on the internet and look up hotels and destinations to exactly hone in where I want to go. Once I've booked and decided exactly where I want to go and the hotel and everything is sorted, then I start looking up things to do while we're there. So again, I go mostly on the internet this time, and I go on TripAdvisor and see the top things to do in the destination. I go on blogs. Pinterest is really good for looking up like top things to do. Where else do I go? Oh, that's what I do next. I then buy a guide. If it's sort of like a beachy holiday and I'm not going to be like leaving the pool much, then I don't really do this. But if it's a city break, or when we went to California, or when we've been to Florida, all of those times I'll buy a guidebook, and that really helps you to sort of see what things are in the area, things you don't want to miss. And my go-to guidebook I buy every single time is by DK. So there are 3 types of the guidebooks that I like to get depending on the trip. So the big one, this California one, so this is quite thick, really like loads of pages, it covers everything, covers the whole state. If it's a big sort of like 2 or 3 week trip, I'll tend to get one of these because it just goes over everything that you could possibly need to know about the region and things to see and maps and everything. So I really like these. These are about, I think about £15 roughly, don't quote me on that, but roughly that's how much you'll pay for one of these on like Amazon and stuff. And then the next type of one that I will go for, and this is again if I'm going on like a longer trip and I specifically want to know about a particular city, or even if I'm going on like a city break, this is what I will buy, and it's the top 10s. So these are slightly thinner, and I think these are about £8 or £9 roughly. So when we went to California, we bought obviously the big one, and then we also bought one of these for Los Angeles and one for San Francisco, because they were like big cities that we were going to, and we wanted to like hone in on exactly, I'm saying hone in on so many things, I'm sorry for that, but yeah, if we wanted to like pinpoint exactly the types of things that we could do and see while we were there, we got one of these. And also they have these like pull out like maps as well that are really handy. And the reason I love DK books is because there's so many pictures and it explains exactly what stuff is in really short detail. Like, it's not like something you have to massively read. It tells you like opening times and how to find out more information about it. And the top 10s are good because they tell you these are the best things there, so you're not going to miss any of the best things that everyone says, oh, did you not see that? Yeah, you're going to find the best information in this. So yeah, that's the second type we go for. And then the final type, and this is the one I tend to get for a city break, and that is the pocket map and guide. So I've got this for like Barcelona, and then when we went to Berlin, when I went to New York. And these are ones that you can pop in your bag when you're out and about sightseeing on your actual trip. Because they're so small, and I think these are only like $3.99 roughly, so it's just got a small book, so it gives you like the key things and like main areas that you want to go to. And then again, it's got a map, so that's really handy to have in your bag. And yeah, these ones are just perfect to take with you on the go. So yeah, I use guidebooks and the internet to see what sort of things there are that I can do once I get to my destination. Also, one more thing about finding out stuff to do when you get there. The internet is perfect for finding hidden gems. So if you wanna like find out the key things, then guidebooks are great. But on the internet you'll find a lot more like up-to-date information, like say a new restaurant's opened or a new museum's opened, or things that are like sort of under the radar but loads of people are going to and it's like the new thing. Then the internet is perfect for that. So if you want any like extra little ideas, then I'd go to like Pinterest and blogs and stuff like that. Once I have decided all the things that I want to do, I tend to make it like a priority list, so the things I definitely want to do, and then the things that I possibly want to do, because that is when I get a bit in depth. And I think I got this from my dad, because I remember vividly when we went to Hong Kong when I was 12, my dad made a day-to-day itinerary, so we had like morning, afternoon, evening, and he like allocated on this like table that he printed out off the computer of each thing we were doing at that time of day, so that we didn't miss anything. So I think that's where I've got it from. But when I go on holiday now, I will make a day-to-day itinerary of the things that I want to do on each day, so that I can like maximise the amount of time I get in places. So again, this is if people just like turning up at a destination and just doing whatever, then this probably isn't the tip for them. But I enjoy organising and planning and knowing exactly that I'm going to see everything that I want to see, because I don't want to go away and think, oh, I wish I hadn't wasted that day doing like nothing when I could have seen this, this and this. So I, to a T, plan everything that I want to see on each day. So yeah, I'll plan that way in advance before we go, because then you can figure out like, oh, this will fit in there, that will fit in there. I'm sounding really like anal and like particular, but that is how I plan my holidays. So when we went to Florida, I made this amazing, well, I say amazing, but that's my opinion of it. I made this plan that had each day what we were going to do. And I did it because I wanted to make sure that we got each park in, because we wanted some days of shopping and some days of the parks. And Luke thought it was a bit annoying to begin with, and he was like, why do you need this plan? But it ended up that we saw all the parks we wanted to see, and we got enough shopping in, and we got to do everything that we wanted to do. So that's why I make these anal little plans. So yeah, if you want to see as much as you can, obviously if I'm going on a beach holiday and I'm just laying by the pool, I'm not going to make a 9 AM till 12 PM you're going to sunbathe, and then 12:30 till 1:30 you're going to have some lunch. I'm not that anal. If I'm at a beach holiday, I just do whatever. But if I'm going to a place like a city break that I'm only there for like a few days, such as Amsterdam, or if I'm going on like a big holiday that I've saved up for, I plan every day to a T, so that I know that I'm going to see everything that I can see. So yeah, if you want to maximise the amount of stuff you can see while you're on a holiday, I would definitely say decide what you want to do and then plan out by day what you're going to do on each day, because it also helps. Like in Berlin, every evening I planned out what we wanted to do, figured out where it was on the map, and then figured out what we could do close to each other and have the most amount of time to sort of get between places, and what was like had the most geographical sense to go to on the same day. This sounds really like anal possibly to some people, as I keep saying, but this is how I personally plan my trips to make sure I get the most out of it. And again, Berlin, we got to see as much as possible because I planned it. So yeah, if you want to get the most seen in the shortest space of time, or when you're on the go a lot, I would definitely recommend planning like a day plan, so you know what's happening and when and blah 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 blah. This next point ties in kind of with the last one about planning what you want to do on each day. So once you've got your plan, you can then decide if you need to buy tickets for anything in advance, because it can happen that you need to book stuff in advance, so you don't want to miss out on anything because you haven't prepared. So for example, when we went to San Francisco, I'd read a lot that if you didn't book Alcatraz in advance, then people couldn't go, because if you rock up on the day, they often don't have tickets. So it's good to book that really in advance. So we booked that in advance, and then also when we went to Berlin, we wanted to go to the top of the Reichstag, I can't remember how you say it, that building, the Parliament building, and it was free to go in, but you needed to book it in advance. You couldn't just turn up there and then apparently and just go in. So we made sure we put that in advance as well. So if there's anything you particularly want to go to or you want to see on your holiday, then make sure that you check in advance if you need tickets, because you don't want to miss out. And also that's good for if you want to go and see any sporting events, you can check if there's any sporting events, like we went to the Dodgers game when we went to California. So yeah, looking at anything like that in advance is really good if you want to see anything that is out of the ordinary or might be really busy. Again, this next point kind of ties in with the previous ones, but if you plan in advance what you want to do, then sometimes you may find discounts online. So if you search for discounts for stuff, or you can often get those like city passes for places that mean if you're going to go to so many museums or exhibitions or stuff like that, you can get overall discount, or you get discounts off certain things, or you can get it for free if you buy like a card or something, or you can search online for just general discounts, or there may be a different price online as there is at the door, all of that kind of stuff. If you want to make sure you get the most for your money or like save money, then it can be a good idea to check if it's better to book online first, because you want to save those pennies for eating when you get there, obviously, because eating is a big deal when you go on holiday, because yeah, eating, you've got to try the local cuisine and like recommended foods. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent now, but yeah, if you want to book online, then it's great to check if there's any discounts that you can get by booking in advance. Next, I want to say go with the flow. I know I have said that I'm really anal about organising and having everything planned to a T, but I also do like to go with the flow. So if you come across something that you hadn't expected to see, or you find out something when you're there, like someone gives you a recommendation, then do go with the flow and see what opportunities come up when you're on holiday, because you might find something amazing like a new restaurant or like a museum or like a place that you can go and see, like an amazing beach or something like that. Anything that crops up, do go with the flow, because you might find something absolutely amazing when you get there. So yeah, keep an eye out for any recommendations or little posters. If there's a poster up and it says, oh, there's this free event happening, or there's this show on at such and such time, yeah, it can be a really great way to find something new. And my final point is going to be about packing. So again, I'm really like particular with my packing. So my two recommendations would be, firstly, make a list for everything you're going to need, because I know you can obviously buy stuff when you get there, but you don't really want to be spending your holiday money that's meant for souvenirs and all of that on like stuff you've forgotten. So make a list of all the things that you're going to need. So I tend to make a couple, again because I'm really anal, but I tend to make a clothing one, a hand luggage one, and toiletries one, just so I know I've got everything covered, I'm not going to forget anything, and it's all there and I'm all sorted, and I can tick it off and make sure that everything is in my suitcase before I go. So yeah, make a packing list. And then number two, I would say, if you know what you're going to be doing on certain days, then to reduce like the amount of stuff in your case, because you might want to buy stuff obviously and bring it back, so you want to leave space in your case to do that. So once you know roughly what you're going to be doing each of the days, try and outfit plan, so you don't take like 15 t-shirts and you're only going for 7 days. Plan what you're going to need for each day, so you've got a particular outfit, like you've got a top and a pair of trousers or a dress for that day, and you haven't got too much excess stuff, because the excess stuff is going to either mean you're over your weight limit or you're not going to be able to buy stuff and bring it back. So it's a great idea to plan your outfits in advance when you're packing. I feel as though for this video I've just talked and talked and talked, but I do get really like enthused and happy about planning for a holiday, and I'm really excited about going to Amsterdam because I've been before and I went with college and I hated it because it was November and freezing, and I don't smoke weed or anything, so that wasn't a great environment with like friends of mine doing that and getting drunk and stuff, and having to deal with that, so I didn't enjoy that. And then yeah, it just wasn't a great experience the first time, so I'm hoping that in the better weather and with my best friend and boyfriend Luke that it'll be much more enjoyable experience. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, I get really excited about talking about holidays because I love going on holidays so much. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed watching my few little tips and tricks of ways that I plan and make sure I've got everything for my holiday and pretty much make the most of my holiday, because there's a lot of world to see out there and I need to see it. So I've got to make the most of the days that I do have in other countries and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, rambling again, but I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up because I would love it very, very muchly. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, if you subscribe right now with the little subscribe button wherever the blooming heck it is, I would love you forever. If you are already subscribed, then thanks very much. Big thumbs up for sticking around and putting up with me, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.